Welcome to Turn Writing Fear Around podcast. Simple methods to overcome fear and start writing again. I'm Elise Hittinger, and I'm the host for your journey to courage. Today, I want to talk about your safety net. When I was just getting back into writing outside the arena, which was my big fear, I was just trying to force it. I was just trying to get on and go. And it was making my anxiety worse. Even though nothing was happening, it just got worse and worse because I was just trying to force through it, push through it, and not really sitting back and making a plan and deciding how I was going to overcome this. And for me, pushing through it didn't work, not even close. It actually made it worse. And I think that's the same for a lot of us. When we just try and push through things, we end up just not writing or not enjoying writing if we do write. And a lot of times that's our friends guilting us into it. I have to be honest. I had a lot of friends that put a lot of guilt on me. And even now, I still have to stand up for, yes, I want to write or no, I don't. But I don't let them guilt me into anything anymore. But one of the things that we can do is we can create a safety net. And I love that concept because if you're thinking about going rock climbing, you've got a safety net. If you're going to do a trapeze, you've got a safety net. If you're, a lot of times, even if you're going to change jobs, you make sure you have a safety net. What are you going to do if it doesn't work out? We put safety nets in place, some consciously, some not consciously, but we put that in place just in case. It's risk mitigation. So, what can we do with writing again? There's a lot of things that really helped me. I'm just going to talk about 3 of them today. The first one is prepare yourself for contingencies. And what I mean by that is you can learn what to do if a horse rears, bolts, bucks, spooks. You can learn what to do. And you can practice what you're going to do. And that's so important because not only do you get the mental, I know what to do, you get the physical, I feel what to do. And it may not be exact. You're not going to necessarily have a horse that rears that you can feel what it feels like. But you can imagine what it might feel like. And you can be on a horse that has its head up a little bit. What would you do? And practice it. By the way, I did put out a guide for contingencies on bolt, buck, rear, and spook. And that's just what I have come up with and learned over the many, many years. So I'll put a link to that in the description below too. So contingencies, make a plan for what you're going to do. This is a safety net. This is starting to weave a web that will keep you safe in case one of those things happens. The next thing is prepare your horse for contingencies. And I hear a lot of people talk about things that is preparing a horse for contingencies, but they don't really think about it that way. And then there's others that actually talk about it, such as make sure your horse is okay with stuff touching its legs. If you're out riding and you come across a tree branch or something, and a horse gets a leg kind of stuck in the branches, you want to make sure that horse is just good, solid. Oh, okay, I'll stand here and wait to get out. Or where we are, we've got a lot of Civil War era barbed wire. I've cleaned up a bunch of it, but there's still stuff out there, not on any of the main trails, but I may someday come across it when I'm circling trees or something. And I want to make sure that my horse knows when it feels something caught on its leg, it stops. It doesn't panic. So we work on contingencies for the horses as well. One of the things is the tension. I talked about that in the last podcast. But with tension in a horse, you can actually teach them how to release that tension. And Warwick Schiller talks about the 13 rabbits. So each rabbit that your horse sees, it builds up a little bit more tension and a little bit more tension until eventually it sees a rabbit that puts it over the edge and it freaks out. Well, if your horse knows how to relieve tension, it's going to see a rabbit, it's going to release the tension. It's going to see another rabbit, it's going to release the tension. So it's only ever at one rabbit. It never even builds up to two rabbits. That's what I mean by having contingencies for your horse. Make sure that your horse has its contingencies covered. Same thing with my accident. The horse was in major, major pain. I didn't know that. The horse didn't know that. The horse thought I was trying to kill him. There was no contingency for the horse to say, wait a minute, I'm in pain. And we could have put that contingency in place. Now, that one was not my horse. But now, my horses, if they're in pain, they don't put their head in the halter. They let me know, hey, I'm not comfortable right now, and I'll figure out what's going on. Then they'll put their head in the halter, but they know I'm not going to get on and ride them. So whatever it is for you, whatever it is for your horse, put those contingencies in place. Now, the third one is one of my favorites. Practice dismounting as fast as you can. And a lot of people get stiff, have issues, hip issues, knee issues. I understand that. The more you can improve that with whatever it takes, the better off you are. If you're somebody that doesn't have any of those issues, practice dismounting as fast as you can dismount. That has saved me a number of times when I have been afraid. Not when the horse has been afraid, but when I have been afraid of something, I get off because I don't think it's fair to the horse. Horses are a prey animal. If there's fear in the herd, they need to respond. So I don't feel it's fair to the horse, so I get off. And I have the fastest dismount in the West. Well, now I guess I'm in the East, but practice your dismount. So even if you're slow at dismounting, practice if you could dismount in an emergency. And the other one is you can practice falling. We used to push each other off golf carts. So we'd be standing on the back of the golf cart, humming along, and one or the other of us would all of a sudden just push the other one off. Now we're out in a big grass field, we're out in the sand arena. And we had learned how to tuck and roll, but we practiced it. And that also has saved my bacon a few times. So whatever it is for you, know your contingencies, know your horse's contingencies, and practice whatever level of safety in the moment you can practice, dismounting and or falling. If you can practice those, I know not everybody can, but if you're young, healthy, or even old and healthier, practice those things. Don't let that in the moment dismount or in the moment fall cause injuries because you did something that just was wacky. Contingencies, risk management, they will boost your confidence. You'll be amazed at how much when you know what you're going to do, when you've practiced what you're going to do, you will start to build confidence just from that. Just that little bit will help you build your confidence. And again, I've talked about it before, but one of the contingencies you can have is courage coaching. And with that, I help you just an 8-week period. We work through the health issues. We work through the horse issues, not training. I don't do anything with training that you hire a trainer for, but communication with the horse and the fear around the horse. It's just a program to help you get your courage back. It's 8 weeks. There's a different topic each week, and I can tailor it for you as well. Most of these are tailored. So if you'd like more information of that, I'll put a link to the courage coaching in the description below. See you guys later.